What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a look at the most valuable cards from OP-12. I told you the other day that the set was getting a little bit weird price-wise. I told you it was not the right time to buy singles. We had a good chat about it. It wasn't time then to really sit down and figure out the top 10 cards in the set because, frankly, we weren't ready. We needed things to settle down a bit. Things have settled down a bit. And I'm not saying it's necessarily the best time to buy singles. Some of these are still going to drop quite a bit as we go along. But I do think we now can look at this and see what the top 10 most valuable cards from the set are. So that means we can have a little bit of a gander. Shout out, weirdly, the numbers 11 and 12 cards. I didn't quite make the list. But I find it funny that they're both incredibly close. And they're Perona and Mihawk. The alternate arts of Perona and Mihawk, who of course do make a very good pair in One Piece generally, they don't make the list. They are 11 and 12. They are like $1 or $2 below the number 10. But the fact that they are the 11 and 12, being so close to the 10, I thought was kind of funny and something we needed to acknowledge before we got rolling properly. But we have acknowledged it, so let's get rolling properly with the number 10 card, which is actually the one that I got from my box. It's a special rare of Yasopp, which is currently rocking almost exactly $50 as we record this. Now, here, this one's nice and simple. It's a special rare, and I think these special rares are the best they've done so far. Now, I think the ones from OP-13 might actually be a little better, but I think these are the best ones they've done so far. And this is a very playable card. On play, you give your leader a 1k bump, and on X1 when attack, and you give your opponent's character a 1k nerf. This sees play in Shanks decks. So, yeah. That's kind of your answer here, ladies and gentlemen. We got a special rare with low pull rate and all of that, but then it's also a card that sees a bunch of play in Shanks decks. And I'm hearing Shanks is going to be good in OP-12 post-ban list. We'll find out in Bologna this weekend. But you add all that together, there's your number 10 card. In at number 9, let's call it $65. We've got the special rare of Tashigi. This is the one that I really wanted to pull because Tashigi is one of my favourite characters in One Piece. Tashigi and Smoker are awesome. And firstly, Tashigi's awesome. Secondly, special rare low pull rate. But also, it's your generic Navy Searcher. It is a blue Navy Searcher. Now, if you're playing a blue Navy deck like, I don't know, maybe Kazan from OP-12, you're probably going to need a generic blue Navy Searcher. You add that all up together, and this is the kind of card that makes you go, okay, you know what? That makes sense. Worth noting, it is not going to rotate out in the next rotation as well, which is fairly important. By the way, not all of these special rares did make it. The other one I really like is Lim, which is honestly, it's sitting there at about $30. It's like halfway to Tashigi. It's quite a bit below Yasopp. Still would rather have pulled Lim than Yasopp. Just putting that one out there. In at number 8, we've got ourselves the special rare of Portgas D. Yeah, most of the special rares made it. I should mention Kazan was the other special rare that didn't make it. Boo, hiss, etc. Now, this is the Portgas D. from Starter Deck 13. 5 cost, 7k. And on play, if you got 2 or fewer life, this character gains Rush. And again, this is one I'm expecting to see. This fits into a Nell decks. And again, we haven't had any official tournaments in the OP-12 with ban list format. That just hasn't happened yet. But there's people like the lovely Eggman who are running events and have already done a couple in this metagame we're heading into. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, a Nell is getting a little bit of pop. And it's a yellow deck that plays a game shifting between 0 to 2 life. This is good in an Anel deck, ladies and gentlemen. Anel is coming back. It's a $70 card, and also, it's still Ace at the end of the day. People love Ace. There we go. In at number 7, we've got Bartholomew Kuma, the alternate art thereof, and this one makes a lot of sense. This card is redonkulous, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely redonkulous. It's on play, says trash a card from your hand to add a card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. You then get +2 cost, which helps out in, for instance, koala decks, where you need to have 8 cost characters. And then on your opponent's turn, when it's KO'd, add a card from the top of your deck to your top of your life. This should get you an extra couple of life through the course of the game. It's a card that should get you an extra couple of life throughout the course of the game. Yeah. That is a fairly ridiculous proposition indeed. And this actually does see play in NL as well as in koala decks. It's a card you're going to be seeing a lot of. I will say the ace doesn't actually see that much play in NL at the moment, which does make me a little bit sad, but it still fits very nicely in the deck, so I'm totally counting it. Yes, there's a better ace in that deck. Shush. Moving on to number 6, we've got the alternate art leader of Roronoa Zoro, which is coming in at... I'm going to have to put this one at about $73, because Bartholomew Kuma's about 70. Yes, that's the same as I told you for Ace. I'm sorry, they're very close together. And the next one we're going to look at is about 75. We've actually got 5 cards in a row which are very close together, but this is where they are at the moment. Now, Roronoa Zoro is nice and easy. It's the best leader from the set. The number 2 leader from the set is the Silver's Rayleigh. That's coming in at $45. It's actually the number 13 card in the set, after your Perona and Mihawk I told you about earlier. But basically, when you're looking at new leaders, it's Zoro. Rayleigh is good, Zoro is better. So, yeah, there's your answer. It's the alternate art of the best leader in the set. Now, it's still only like $73 and falling, but this is the one whereby, you know, Don X3 activate main once per turn. If it battles an opponent's character, you can set it to active, and then it cannot attack characters of base cost of 7 or less, but it can attack leader or bigger characters. And then, of course, let's not forget we have an event card in the set, which just lets you set your Roronoa Zoro leader active. Yeah. You're going to be seeing quite a lot of big attacks with Zoro leaders in this OP-12 meta. In at number 5, we've got... Okay, deep breath. Demon Aura, 9-sword style, Asura Blades drawn, Dead Man's Game. One of the longest, silliest name cards we've got. It's also the manga event of an absolute staple in Zoro decks. So, yeah. This is another one. You're going to see a huge amount of this moving forward, because Zoro is a great deck in OP-12, and this is pretty much a 4 of in every Zoro deck. Because it's either a counter, 3k bump, yay, or as a main, you rest 3 of your Don, so it turns into a 4 cost, but then you rest 2 of your opponent's characters or Don. Bearing in mind you got a Zoro leader that can attack multiple times during your turn. It's obviously great. And apparently the last 2 cards being Zoro wasn't enough, because in at number 4, we've got Zoro-Juurou coming in at $77. These are all very close together, okay? Really, from Portgas D Ace to this, we've had 5 cards in a row, which are like $7, $8 between them. Very low. There's a big jump before the next 3, don't you worry. This is the highest kind of normal, non-ridiculous card in the set. It's a $77 card, but it's also immensely playable, because it's the one that on play looks at the top 5 cards of your deck and finds a purple Straw Hat Crew. And just for the record, I know that blue-purple Luffy got a bit of a nerf with the ban list coming out. I'm fully aware of that. I'm also fully aware people have been playing it in these formats. The online tournaments, which are in the format we're going into, OP-12, but with the ban list in. Make no mistake about it, blue-purple Luffy is still out there in some capacity. Plus, we've obviously still got your green-purple Luffy, and we've still got purple Luffy. This is a card which I expect to see a whole heap of moving forward. Very playable card, stunning special rare, and, well, purple Straw Hat right now are kind of in vogue. Yes, they nerfed one of the 3 purple Luffy decks, but they only nerfed one of the 3 purple Luffy decks. And even that one, people are still playing it out there. Now, how well it's going to do in proper big offline tournaments outside of fun online tournaments waits to be seen. But I'm saying, in the format we're going into, in some online tournaments, people have been playing it and doing not too shabby. Now, in at number 3, we got Manga Bonney. It's the Manga Rare for the set. It's coming in, it's already down to $450 and dropping. This is not going to be one of the big Manga Rares. It's a cool card. It's a Manga Rare. It's actually pretty playable as cards go, because it's a blocker and on play if you've got 8 rested cards or more, draw 2, trash 1, set it onto active. Sees a bunch of play. But Bonney decks could be the best deck moving forward. Looking at online tournaments, looking at chatter online, Bonney is very, very well positioned in the meta we're moving into. But you guys know at this point, the Manga Rares don't actually have that much to do with playability now, do they? Because very few people are playing 4 Manga Rares in their deck. Yes, it fits very well into a Bonney deck, thank you very much. But I do think it's fair to point out that it's not actually that big of a deal because you're not playing Manga Rares in your deck that much anyway. So obviously that leaves your Silver Anniversary Marshall D. Teach at number 2. These have flicked around a bit. This one's about a $750 card now. And then your number 1 is your Gold Marshall D. Teach, which is coming in at... call it $1,100 for now, but it's $1,100 with a strong appendix here that it is already kind of falling below that and won't be here for very long. They're the anniversary cards. They've got the lowest pull rates. They're the coolest cards in the set. It makes sense that they'd be numbers 1 and 2. So there we go. Very Zoro heavy in our top 10. But there's a lot of cards here that are going to make an impact. And I'm just saying, I am casting that Bologna Regional the weekend. The one that's OP-12 legal. Post-ban list. It's going to be awesome. I'll be tweeting it out. I'm sure Bandai will as well and all of that. But still, I'm going to tweet it out at the Wassy. Make sure you're watching that at the weekend. I promise you, it's going to be a fun event, ladies and gentlemen. I am very excited. I signed up for this event long before we knew the ban list was coming. Or at least when it was coming. But now that we know it's going to be OP-12 legal with ban list, oh, it's going to be fun. I'm hyped. But I've told you everything you need to know, so now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this set. Tell me what you're looking forward to. What have you pulled? What have you picked up? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.